Hey guys, Aggie here with the YouTube channel here. We just want to talk about today answering the question, hey, how do I actually take a player through a lesson, or how do I get them started at a practice, and what should my focus be as a coach, which I thought was a great question. So I'm going to break this down into simple parts and help you understand why we do it, the process the way we do. So first, I've been doing individual lessons and coaching for going on 23 years now. It's been an awesome blessing in my life, an awesome way to connect with young players and parents and just get to know them both on and off the field. And so the very first thing we do when a player comes in is obviously you want to kind of get in their minds a little bit. You want to see where they're at that day. Hey, how was school today? Connect with them, if you will, right? You always have to make a connection with the player in order to get the most out of them, whether that's a half-hour setting, an hour setting, a 2-hour practice. You want to know where their mindset's at. And then if it's a little rough that day, like, encourage them, okay? So we're going to start with encouragement. We're going to start with, that connection and encouragement, if you will. Then we're going to go to technique, okay? So a lot of the things we do when we're throwing in particular is there's some sort of technique, a warm-up process that's going to take them through to help them understand like how their body moves, whether it's getting to a balance point, having separation on time, then getting to acceleration, right? You have a balance, separate, accelerate. So that's a technique. Maybe it's something where if I'm throwing at you and the kid is lifting up his head, he has something in particular that he needs to work on, right? We don't want him to lean back, so we're saying, hey, keep your chin over your shoe tops, right? That's going to be a real easy way to teach technique for that particular day. Then we're going to move into approach, okay? So once they get warmed up and once they're going through things, whether this is swings, whether this is fielding, whatever the case is, you've worked on technique, now we're going into approach. So that approach might be, hey, today on the mound, we want you to work on 2-seam fastballs away, or we want you to work on curveballs blown away to righties, or whatever the case is, right? So you have connection, encouragement, you have technique, you have approach, and then finally we have what's called the arena or competition, okay? So we joke around, we say add speed, and what that means is you're putting that player in a mode of getting out of the technique, out of the approach, all that, and he's just like, all right, here I am, now I'm just competing one-on-one with the batter or with the pitcher or against the other team, and they've learned, they've developed, they've grown, and now it's like, let's get after it, okay? So, great question. Recap is connection first, then we're going to technique, then we're going to approach, and then we're going to competition mode, where they're really getting after it and they're understanding that, like, hey, all the techniques and approach and everything else that I've learned that day, now we apply. All right, so great question. Keep them coming. And as always, subscribe to our channel and keep those questions coming so we can help in every way that we can. Thanks so much.